champion at this weight division, you obviously have something to offer. I don't take anyone cheap. I go in and I train my hardest. I expect to face a very strong, aggressive version of Alycia Baumgardner, the best. Now, whether she's going to give that to me or not, we'll see. But I'm not going to underestimate her and train any less hard than I would for anyone else.
You mentioned about being in deep waters. You've been to that territory before. Do you think that will be the difference?
I think that's my strength. I think that I'm well conditioned. I think that a high work rate, high punch count. I feel like I get better as the rounds go on. And that's where I usually break down and start backing up most of my opponents. And I don't ever think that she's been in there with someone who's done that to her. And the one time she did, she lost. So I don't.
That is true, though. Like, Alycia Baumgardner is fucking jacked, bro. Like, she just looked like she's strong as shit, right? Anyway, how have you guys been, man? Good morning. We got a press conference coming up in about 10 minutes, and, you know, I got to be honest. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. I don't even know where to begin. But we do have a good, healthy boxing weekend. I'm going to be here covering about 4 press conferences today, 3 at least. We got this press conference coming up with Mikaela Mayer, Alycia Baumgardner. One of those bitches are going to get dog walked. Not my words. That's what they're saying. They said, you know, they're going to dog walk you. You know, that's what they said. They said, I'm going to dog walk that bitch. You know, so that's what they're saying. You got Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. I'm going out on my shield. I already know it's going to be some bigotry coming my way for picking Savannah Marshall. People going to be calling me coon and shit. People get so mad. They be like, here you go, fucking T Street cooning again. You know? But listen, I see something. Not like Mikey Garcia saw in Errol Spence, but I see something, bro. I think that Savannah, like, you know, I'm calling her the female Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? You know? But I think that, but if Claressa Shields win, she gonna be talking shit for days, and I'm gonna bow down. I'm gonna bow down. I'm gonna eat my crow. I'm gonna be like, listen, I'm not gonna call it a quote. Because right now, Katie Taylor is, you know, what she did against Amanda Serrano, and I did have Katie Taylor winning that fight. You know, she took a beating and came right back. You know, Katie Taylor was getting fucked up. Like, remember that? Katie Taylor was getting fucked up. Like, you know? And people thought that, you know, including myself at one point, that Amanda Serrano was going to go on there and just box, you know, Katie Taylor ears off and just, you know, just wash her. But it didn't go that way. It didn't go that way. So, and Amanda Serrano don't want the smoke no more, or her team don't. They want, you know, her to come down to 126, meaning Katie. It's like, all right. But in this case, it's Savannah Marshall. You know, like if she boxes, we're going to see though. By the way, we did go back and watch the tape. The tape is on the channel. Let me pull it up real quick for you guys. We watched the tape. Did my video die? Who said my video died? Ain't nothing died. Did the video die? What the hell happened? Testing. Hold on. What's going on? Is my video still up? Or did we get taken down? So what's people talking about? Did we drop? Did we drop frames? Hold on, give me a minute. Let me check and see what's going on. Yeah, something did happen, though. Something did happen. We did drop out for a minute. Did we drop? It probably was Sky Sports probably was on the prowl. But all right, anyway, back so anyway, it's gonna be a busy weekend with Wilder and Helenius, which, listen, that fight shouldn't be on no pay-per-view. That's the fight that a fighter fights after he wins or loses on a pay-per-view. You don't try to sell that to the fans. You know, like, what is going on with him? And then Haney Cambosos 2, that's a fight that shouldn't be happening, you know, because of the way the first fight went. But it's like, all right, you know what? Honor the rematch clause. I get it. I get the business part of it. You know, I get that. But this is what happens when I take off so much time. I probably took off, like, you know, even though I did cover the fights this last weekend, but basically I'm getting my house done. Living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, hallway, bedroom, and getting the whole shower put in. Got 2 trials coming up. Rebranding Fight View 360 into T Street Uncut. You know, it's been bananas. It's been bananas. It's been bananas. You see what I'm saying? Like, shit's been fucked up around here. But, you know, we here, though. You know, we doing our part. I'm trying to find the footage, the tape, while we're waiting for the press conference to start. Let me pull up the press conference, see if it's actually started already. But yeah, it's been bananas, man. So, you know, I guess it's a good time to announce. I've already talked about it before, but, you know, I'm really not interested. I'm really not interested in covering boxing full time, especially going into 2023. Now, I'll still cover like boxing. You see what I'm saying? All the significant fights. I'll still be doing videos every weekend, you know, pretty much. But this is the film study. Before, put it this way, we got our hands on the tape. This is from like a month ago when the fight was supposed to originally happen during fight week. But we got the tape right here. As you can see, that's me I'm clean shaven, commentating. I pulled this off my VCR. That's me. I pulled this off my VCR. My bad. But yeah, that's the infamous sparring footage. You know, the tape that, you know, that people, you know, were wanting to see. That's it. That's it. You know, we were doing a film commentary study, fair use. Start a toy box opening channel. No, motherfucker, you start a toy box opening channel. I'm a collect Funko Pops. I'm gonna do them shits. I'm gonna go see a whole bunch of fucking big head toys. You can see a bunch of that shit. You know, or what? T Street eating old ass food. You want to see T Street open up rations, MREs? What y'all want to see? What's up? What else? What else they doing out here? Motherfucking T Street doing 90 Day Fiance videos. That's what the people want. I'm not doing that shit. The midterms. You don't want me talking. I don't want to talk about politics because politics get people untethered, you know, and I don't want that. I don't want people coming on my videos and saying, T Street, how come you can't just keep it boxing, man? You know, we didn't come here to listen to your political views. You see what I'm saying? You know? People do not want me, listen, they do not want me covering other shit. But every time I do cover other topics, you know, things go good. Things go good. But now I am so fed up with boxing. You know, I don't like the promoters. I don't like the media people. I don't like you guys are cool. You guys are cool. But I don't like the fans. You know, the boxers, they do more talking outside of the ring. You know, like, it's just like, you motherfuckers make me sick. Like, you make me so sick. Like, boxing is not a pleasurable sport for me to cover when it's so many other things I can be doing. You know, But I'm still going to cover boxing, because I'm a masochist, to that extent. I'm still going to cover the shit, but it doesn't mean that I want to. You see what I'm saying? I'm just like you guys. I'm trapped. I'm that motherfucking hamster on the wheel. Like when you look at like what we got to go through now, Spence versus Crawford. Let me tell you, from what I've heard, it's neither fighter's fault. It's just that, shit can't happen right now, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I'm talking about like all this, like crossing of the street and this fighter can't fight this fighter because this promotional shit, like it's just, the shit is tiring. And I put my time in. I paid my dues. I've been to big fights. I've been to small fights. I've sent people to fights all over the world. Big J this weekend. He's at Haney Cambosos. But I do love boxing, though. And that's not saying I'm going to stop covering boxing. But, people were pissed off at me. I've been getting comments, T Street must be an Eddie Hearn matchroom shill because we ain't hear nothing about Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. I was ready to go last week for the fight. I was ready. I was ready for the final press conference. I was watching the media day workout, and I was ready to go. Then I was like, once I heard that shit, I was like, this shit ain't going to go through. But I do like giving fighters the benefit of the doubt. But in my personal opinion, I think, 90% of these boxers are cheating. I don't think, a press conference is starting somewhere. And they're playing Mike, so we need to mute that right now. I thought they had a live band up in this joint. That's the press conference. This is the live press conference for Claressa Shields. Ooh, they got couches? Ooh, they're going to have the boxers sit with each other? Ooh, let's turn this up. What's this? Hey, well, we're not going to turn that up. I don't trust that music. But look, they got like, it's fancier than the first time. Of course, if you don't know, well, not of course, but the Queen Elizabeth died the week of the fight. And they tried to push through, boxing and money and greed. Even myself, I wanted it to push through. But it didn't happen. So now here we are a month later. And hasn't this kind of crept up on us? It's kind of crept up. But can you imagine, how Twitter and social media going to explode if Claressa Shields loses? Now, Mayer versus Baumgardner is going to be a fun fight. I forgot this dude's name. What's his name again? I like this dude.
In recent history, and the first ever all-women's card in the history of boxing in the United Kingdom. Shields versus Marshall for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. We would like to thank our official partners, Bet365, Everlast, Village Hotels, Wow Hydrate, and FCI Markets. I'm going to be turning our live showdown to Anna Woolhouse in a moment. But Saturday from the O2 in London, tickets are nearly sold out. You can still claim the very few seats remaining. For those of you that cannot join us live, it will be streamed around the world on Sky Sports and ESPN+. And now, let's get this live showdown underway. I'll be tuning it over to Anna Woolhouse from Sky Sports, and joining Anna on stage, please welcome the head of boxing development for Sky Sports, Mr. Adam Smith, and the CEO of Boxer, Ben Shalom.
Hello, a very warm welcome to the Genesis Cinema. I'm pleased to see.
Why they got him on the couch all awkward like that?
We've had an added 5 weeks for all these fights to marinate rather nicely. We cannot wait. Adam Smith.
I like it. It's a nice, better set.
It's all set to be an absolutely fabulous night on Saturday night. The two main events, Ben.
Even the water looks nice.
Sell themselves, don't they?
Yeah, I can't believe we're finally here. I can't believe we did an all-female card. I can't believe the interest. It's truly incredible. When we started last year, women's boxing was a major thing, and it's to see it grow over the past 5-10 years into something like this. No one could have expected this. No one could expect a fight of this magnitude, a card of this magnitude. And yeah, it really is a pinch yourself moment for everyone involved. Incredible week we've got ahead, and Saturday night is going to be one of the biggest nights in boxing history.
Adam, just how important is it to keep moving the dial, not just in terms of women's boxing, but for boxing in general? And Saturday night should go a long way to doing just that, shouldn't it?
Anna, firstly, look where we are. Isn't this brilliant? At the cinema, it's a stone's throw from the York Hall, Bethnal Green, the Spit and Sawdust, where we've all grown up on boxing. And, Boxer have made this cool and innovative, and it's fantastic that 5 weeks on after the postponement, every single fighter is back. And it just shows what this means. This is a pivotal moment, not only in women's boxing, but in sport. It's absolutely brilliant that we've championed these wonderful females for so long. Katie Taylor was a pioneer, of course, for us at Sky. Savannah Marshall was our scholar for many years. Look what Claressa Shields has done stateside. We've got an incredible main event that's been 10 years in the melting pot. We've got Mikaela and Alycia Baumgardner that could top any card anywhere in the world. And you've got over there, you've got Lauren and Karis and Caroline, our brilliant Olympians coming through. It's just it's a really good moment, and it's fantastic. It's on Sky Sports, not on Box Office. Everyone can see this.
Well, shall we get our first fighters up to the stage? This one's got a real Olympic flavour to it. Back to Big Mo for the introductions.
A quick round
Big
of
Mo.
applause
That's his
for
name.
Sky Sports and Boxer and everyone that's been a part of putting this event on.
My man, Big Mo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce our Olympians competing Saturday evening. First, from Ystrad Mynach, Wales, the undefeated Lauren Price. From Macclesfield, England, the also undefeated
we're gonna be here all night.
Karis Ardingstall. And
No
finally,
disrespect to the undercard ladies,
in London,
but I thought they was just going to do the main event.
Sweet Caroline Dubois.
All right, so let me tell you how they're going to do it. So they're going to do the 3 main undercard female fighters. So they're not all fighting each other, but those are the 3 female fighters headlining the other fights. Then they're going to bring out Mikaela and Baumgardner, then Shields and Marshall.
So far, so good for you. But just how proud are you to be part of such a historic card?
Oh, it's massive, for women's sport in general. We've seen it with the women's football not long ago with the Euros, them filling out Wembley, and on Saturday night, filling out the O2. It's pretty special. I'm proud to be part of it. And just for us 3 coming through and the undercard, obviously we're looking up to the likes, Savannah and Claressa and the other girls.
She looked like she can
that's
fight.
just the platform for us where we want to be in a couple of years'
Street
time.
fights.
We know all about your sporting background. You were a complete all-rounder, Olympic gold medalist. But just how much of an impact do you want to make in the professional ranks?
Oh, massive. For me, I ticked every box as an amateur, And for me, I just want to go on now and progress into the professional ranks and follow in the footsteps, of like Katie Taylor. And yeah, I'm obviously on the right path. I've got a great team behind me in Sheffield, with Rob McCracker, and he knows the game inside out. I trust him as well, and we've had great prep. Obviously, even though it was, postponed for the circumstances, we went back into camp, and lucky enough, we had China, France, and Germany over, so we got some extra rounds in with them. And ready to go for Saturday.
And some extra sparring at home between the 2 of you?
Yeah, we had our last spar against one another on Tuesday.
Did you?
Yeah, so it was a bit of a feisty one, but yeah, it was good. Good to get some rounds in and yeah, just sharpen up for the week.
Good to see. Karis, it is so far so good for you. You're again looking to go 2-0. How much of a test, though, is in front of you on Saturday night?
I believe she's durable, she's strong, so I'll be looking in there to obviously put a performance on Saturday, but I believe in myself. I know I'm capable of going in there and getting the job done.
You both said that you would never box on the same card. I mean, we spoke quite a long time ago, and you said it's never going to happen. But this was an opportunity, I guess, that you just couldn't turn down.
Are they sisters?
See more of this in the future, or is this just a one-off?
It depends if there's any other cards as big as this one. This one's a cracking card. Obviously, I'm more excited for the co and the main event, to be honest, than my own fight. So, yeah, if there's a card as big as this, then you might be able to squeeze us both.
Are they sisters?
You said as well you're looking to get the knockout. You're looking to make a statement on Saturday. Is that the kind of message you want to send?
100%. I'd love to get the knockout. I don't want to sit here and say that's what I'm specifically going to look out for, because I am a good boxer, believe it or not. I don't just hit hard.
They're best friends?
But I'd love to get the knockout, yeah.
Well, we're hopefully going to see that on Saturday night. Caroline Dubois really is so far so good for you. How
They're
excited
lovers?
are you to be part of Saturday night?
I'm very excited. It's crazy, actually, now that I think about it.
They're lovers?
Some of these girls I was watching
Wow.
when I was 11
Okay.
years
Good
old,
for them.
watching them at the 2012 Olympics, you know. I remember watching, like, the likes of Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall and just be blown away by it, you know. They ignited a fire in me to want to have a dream to go to Olympics, and now I'm fighting on the same card
Well,
as
how
them.
about
That's
that?
kind of crazy when you think about it.
Calais was a bit of a step up for you in class. How are you approaching that? What are you expecting?
I'm very excited for the challenge, to be honest, you know. I'm excited to get in the ring and see what she brings and how I deal with it. I'm excited to see how I deal with the pressure of the crowd, all these cameras, all the lights, and all the people interested in me, and I'm excited to see how I can deal with that.
What's been the biggest change for you since you've turned professional?
Just the training and how
Nope,
we go
y'all
about
not gonna
things,
get me
you know, it's
canceled.
different. In a way, like, I'm training with Shane, and
Nope,
he's showing me
nope.
things that I didn't even think about as an amateur. You know, you're not taught to sit down on your punches, stay in the pocket, go to the body as you are as a pro, and I'm learning that, and I'm picking up each and every day. You know, in the gym we got like, the likes of Chris Billum-Smith, my brother Daniel, and we got world champions, Lawrence, everybody. You know, I'm learning off each and every one of them, and that's just something that you can't be told. You have to be a part of it to learn.
You just said there you're in a very
Too much shit going on in my life to deal with a canceling right now.
Well, you look at
Yeah, that almost got like Me
headliners
Too,
on here.
like
Is that
fucking 4
something
years
that
ago.
You want and can see yourself doing
Motherfucker,
headlining a show,
tried
perhaps
to
even at
frame
the
me.
O2 one day.
100%. You know, that's the goal. Seeing these people, you know, like watching considering where I've come from, you know, watching these girls at the 2012 Olympics. Now I'm fighting on their undercard on a massive card, and now the next big step is to be one day headlining these cards myself.
Adam and Ben, you're both nodding over there. Ben, very much the stars of the future and fresh from the Olympics as well.
Yeah, I mean, it is the future. People don't know as much as they should about Lauren Price yet. She's the most decorated amateur we've ever had in this country, gold in every championships. Claressa, another decorated amateur that's going to take the sport in the professional game by storm.
Here's a random fact. I streamed, I got permission from BT. Was it BT? Well, anyway, I got permission from Boxer to stream a one-night pay-per-view live tournament on the channel before. It's on the channel.
I think 3 out of the 4
Like we streamed a one-night tournament and did commentary over it.
That's just one thing we're really passionate about. I know there's talk about the Olympics being removed from LA 28, and you look at this and you look at this card and you think this has been sparked by the Olympics, and there's no way we can lose that from our sport. We're going to do absolutely everything in our power to make sure that women's boxing stays in the Olympics, because this is testament to that.
Oh, well said, Ben. These three ladies up here, Adam, have a very future ahead of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, Ben and Boxer have signed the very best. I think it's absolutely brilliant to have Caroline Dubois, Karis Ardingsall, Lauren Price with us. It was a tough process, and we worked night and day. You know, I was on Ben's case the entire time. These three are going to be superstars. I believe that. Listen to the way they talk, watch them fight. They're fantastic. They're southpaws. They've got different styles. They've got different backgrounds, different stories. I really believe that we're looking at the future here. And I think it was wonderful what Caroline said, you know, looking at 2012 and she was 11 and what happened in 2012. And it was a real breakthrough moment, the 2012 Olympics, with Nicola Adams and obviously with Claressa winning gold and Katie Taylor carrying the flag. That was the difference. And then Savannah became a scholar at Sky. And I think that really planted some seeds in us at Sky Sports about how the women's boxing could go. But to see this happening on Saturday night, you know, we're all pinching ourselves. It's fantastic. It's about time, and it's the beginning.
11 and 2012, how old does that make you feel? I mean, it makes me feel very old indeed, doesn't it?
It does, but, you know, I remember it well. I remember when AJ and Luke Campbell and Anthony Agogo and Savannah, and they all came down to, Johnny and I were doing the ringside show at the time, and they're all glowing because of the Team GB setup that they'd had under Rob and everyone in Sheffield. It's great that Karis and Lauren are still there with Rob McCracken. There's few who know the game better than Rob, and with Caroline, he's You've got Shane McGuigan, one of the other exceptional trainers in world boxing. And look who she's with. She's alongside her brother. She's with Adam Azim. She's with CBS. It's fantastic, and it's a great time for boxing. But I think you are really, Anna, looking at three superstars of the future.
Definitely. Best of luck, ladies, for Saturday night. Right, let's get our next fighters up on the stage. And this could get a little bit spicy if yesterday is anything to go by. Let's get back to Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for these Olympians.
I hope y'all can't hear me typing. I'm doing multiple stuff in the background. Multiple things in the background. You guys all right, though? You cool? Well, you guys been? I missed you guys, man. We're going to be here streaming a lot. That's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event Saturday evening. 10 rounds for the IBF, IBO, WBC, and WBO Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Joining Ben, Adam, and Anna on stage first, please welcome the president of Top Rank Boxing, Mr. Todd DeBuff.
That's Big Mo right there.
From Detroit, Michigan, USA.
So we're going to be streaming during Mikaela Mayer and Baumgardner main event and Shields versus Marshall. So we're going to be streaming for about 2 hours on Saturday. Then streaming. Whoo! All right. Anyway, let's snap into it.
Colorado Springs, Colorado, by way of Woodland Hills, California. She is the reigning, defending, and the undefeated IBF, WBO, and Ring Magazine Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Mikaela Mayer. Anna, back to you.
Well, I can say I'm very glad that I'm standing here today and not in the middle of them as I was yesterday, because that was not fun. Todd, we know it's a big fight. You mean business because you've flown across the pond. It's a big night ahead of us, isn't it? And a big fight.
You know, I actually been watching social media and watching these two girls go at it. I was boarding a plane and I said, forget it. They don't need me. What the hell am I going to say? Right? They say everything. This has been amazing. I mean, this is a real credit to, as we talked about, they were talking about a second ago, the 2012 Olympics, Katie and in London. It was amazing. It did something for this women's boxing here that just rose way above the rest of the world. And to come back here and to extend that and then bring the U.S. stars and the U.S. girls here, and that's just going to elevate the whole sport globally.
We were just talking beforehand, and you said that when you signed Mikaela, that this kind of show is exactly the show that you envisaged was going to happen.
Well, actually, Mikaela's manager looked at me and says, you never would have thought this would have happened. And I said, you're damn right I thought it would happen. I'm a dreamer, right? And we want to dream. And it wasn't until, Mikaela came into my office and she had that it factor that I was like, let's give it a roll. She's got it. Let's go for it.
Has the potential, Ben, to be fight of the night, this one, before we get stuck into it, but so much to look forward to in this one.
Yeah, incredible. First of all, thank you to Top Rank. I think the men's sport can learn a lot from Saturday night with promoters coming together to put on the biggest fights on the same card. This could headline any show all around the world. And as you say, the personalities over the past week and even before has been incredible. I think the styles in this one, we know what Alycia is all about. We know her power. We know she's coming for the knockout, and we know what Mikaela is about. Very, very technical boxer. Boxes at distance as well. And I think it's just going to be a fascinating fight. And both of them are convinced they're going to win on Saturday night, and that's what makes it special.
And from your point of view as well, how good is it to be working boxer and Top Rank working together?
Yeah, look, Top Rank is probably the most prestigious boxing promotional company in the world, so it's an honor to have them over. It's an honor to have them involved, and providing a fight like this, as I say, that could headline any card, it's a pleasure to be involved in. And thanks to Todd and thanks to the two women as well. Massive fight.
And a big weekend, Todd, for Top Rank all round, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all over the map right now. I mean,
you're everywhere.
We're everywhere. We got a split staff. Australia's going to be great. I saw the promo on. I couldn't sleep, as you guys would know, with a little jet lag, and I saw a little Heaney Cambos' promo pop up. So you guys are with me the whole way. So this is.
I'm guessing Bob is going to be in Australia.
These guys did such a.
Remember, he was at the final press conference for this fight when it first came around last month.
In 5 weeks, to be able to display something that the athletes themselves getting fine-tuned and trained, but the networks, the boxer, the arena, the fans, everybody, this was brilliant. You guys did a great job, and real kudos to everybody.
Are you ready for this? I feel like I should duck down here and ask you the questions. Mikaela, you've been calling out Alycia ever since the Terry Harper
I want them to cuss.
victory, but just put into words for us how big a night this is for you.
They know better than on national
Obviously,
TV.
it's huge
They're
for
classy.
me. I've said from the beginning that I want to go undisputed, which is the reason why I've called out Alycia, why I've called out all the champions. I think that I have been pushing for the biggest fights possible. But honestly, I don't think you could have put together a card like this 5 years ago. So it's really shown how far women's boxing has come. And I agree with what Ben Shalom said with the Olympics and allowing us to finally compete at the highest possible level. We have 7 Olympians on this card, and we would have never seen that, even just a few years ago. So I think that not only do we have the talent, but we have some exciting styles and fighters on this card, and we're going to prove that we belong here in the sport and that we can entertain.
We always get asked in boxing whether the rivalry, the bad blood, the hatred is real. Between you two, it's a genuine bad taste in your mouth between the two of you. Has having that 5 weeks to let the fight brew even more, has that intensified it, Alycia?
Honestly, this fight is just amazing for women's boxing. This is what we've been waiting to have. The entertainment is at an all-time high. This is what is building the sport. This is what is building the sport of women's boxing. And now you have two women who don't care for each other and who are ready to bang it out Saturday night. And it's real. It's continued. You know, we're well prepared for Saturday. And again, we're ready to showcase what that looks like.
A lot's been said, plenty of it on social media, a lot of it said yesterday. Alycia said about you, Mikaela, yesterday, she said that you're boring and flat-footed. What do you want to say back?
Ooh,
She said a lot of things. I'm boring, I'm flat-footed, I look the same as I did in the amateurs.
Ooh.
To me, that just shows her ring IQ.
Oh.
She talks trash about the fight that I had with Hamadouche. Again, just shows her ring IQ that she's talking about the women's fight of the year. So I know that I've improved. I'm constantly improving. When I go into my camps with my coaches, we are constantly trying to get better and work on little detail. So again, her ring IQ obviously isn't as high as she says it is.
Alycia, some of the stuff that's been said is about you being hot-headed. How important do you think it is to keep your emotions in check? And I guess how hard is it going to be on Saturday night? A lot of emotions going to be running high.
Well, there's a difference. You know, confidence is a thing. My confidence is triggered by her. Again, as I mentioned before, every one of her fighters that she has fought has came to fight her and go back home. She has a fighter in front of her who's willing to fight her, who's telling her what it is, that I will beat her, that I will break her jaw. Whatever it is, I'm in her face. She does not like it. So this is a confidence we're dealing with. It's not really an anger standpoint. I'm a competitor at heart. I've been doing this sport since I was an 8-year-old girl. I'm excited and to be at this stage, and we're fighting for the unification come Saturday night.
How are you going to deal with it, though, when the red mist descends? How are you going to cope with that?
We lock in. Every time you're in that ring and that bell rings, you lock in. I've done this many of times.
Can you see it being hard to keep your emotions in check on Saturday?
Me, absolutely not. How I've been raised and trained by Coach Al is everything is very strategic. We go in there with a cool head and we execute what we've been working on in the gym. He hates all this. He hates all this hype. He's sitting here shaking his head at this whole thing. He wants to get to the gym. We have to go to the gym after this, and that's what he's focused on. So my team keeps me cool. They keep me calm, and they keep me focused on the goal.
Alycia, do you believe you can stop Mikaela?
Absolutely. Again, I've been claiming it, speaking about it, letting her know each and every day from the beginning, from when we accepted this fight, that I was coming after her and that I would beat her Saturday night.
What's going to happen?
Go on, girl. Talk that
Mikaela,
sass.
What kind of fight are you expecting?
I'm expecting a performance of my life. I feel like, contrary to what she's saying, that I have not developed or grown anymore, that I'm the same fighter, is absolutely not true. I'm constantly getting better. I still don't even feel like I've hit my peak. And I want to put it all together in this fight. I want to embarrass her. I want to make her sound stupid because she said a lot leading up to this fight. And the truth is, whether she likes me or not, on paper, whether she likes me or not, whether she likes the way I box, anyone, on paper, I am her absolute biggest test. I'm a multiple-time world champion. I'm an Olympian. I've defended my belts multiple times, 17 wins. She has not fought anyone with my type of resume. So she has to admit that, own that, accept that, and I hope she trained for that.
Alycia, is Mikaela your biggest test?
Listen, that's great, all those attributes that she listed. But then again, that doesn't matter come Saturday night because a fighter like me will beat that. And that's going to be embarrassing on her record that someone who came out of the woodwork, became a world champion, who doesn't have experience, who doesn't have this, who doesn't have that, is going to beat her. So that's great. But Saturday night, you're going to see that.
We know the fight is Saturday night. Like, you keep saying that.
And I'm going to keep saying it again. Let me just remind you, Saturday night, I will beat you once again.
Yesterday I asked you the question, is there any respect there at all? Mikaela, you said, yeah, there is some respect there. Alycia, is there any at all?
There's no respect. At the end of the day, this is the fight game. This girl's trying to beat me. I want to beat her. I have great sportsmanship, but I don't respect her. She talks too much. And when someone talks too much, you got to shut them up. And that's what I'm going to do Saturday night.
Ooh. Mic drop.
Who wants this more? Who wants to win, have the hand raised? Who wants to be unified more?
Well, we told you this yesterday. I believe I want it more. I'm sure she believes she wants it more too. But listen, she doesn't have much to lose. She just showed up on the scene. If she goes somewhere, no one's going to miss her. I have a lot to prove because I've been running this division for a long time. That's why she's so mad at me. I've been running this division for almost 10 years now. I'm not just talking about the pros, I'm talking about the amateurs. So she's known my name. She's been coming for my name for a long time. I have a lot to prove. I have worked extremely hard to get to this position, and I'm not going to let her take it away from me.
And that's the biggest part. She's triggered that somebody, little old Alycia Baumgardner, the bomb, just coming into her backyard to beat her. She doesn't like it. It's triggering. She understands that it's a tough pill to swallow, that I'm going to beat her. And it's just going to be great come Saturday night.
I mean, it's good now, isn't it? What are your final words? What do you want to say to Alycia? You've done very well, by the way, looking at me the whole time.
Thank you. I've said it all. I have nothing else to say. I'm ready to go. I'm ready for weigh-ins tomorrow. I'm ready to go, step in the ring, and get this done because it's been dragged out, obviously. For an extra 5 weeks. Again, Todd said it great. Kudos to everyone who was able to pull this together and make this happen again because a lot of people had to work together. The training camps, the fighters, the teams, the networks, the promoters, and we did it. We're here. I'm grateful for that, and I'm ready to go.
What do you want to say to Mikaela?
Again, I'm excited to be in this moment. The fight with Terry Harper was just a fraction of who I am. I have progressed daily.
Guns.
As an athlete, I'm always progressing. I'm never the same fighter. My skill set has been just added on to. I have world-class trainers. I have a great team behind me. I have people who believe in me, and I believe in myself. It's just different when you believe in yourself, and I believe what I can do, what I can achieve, what I wrote, what I spoke about. And Saturday night, I'm just ready to put it all out there. I have prepared very well for this fight, very well. All X's and O's.
I have one thing that I would like to.
So let me finish.
For.
Let me finish because you've been interrupting.
IBO belt. Why do you keep bringing it?
Okay, so let me
no
check. Let me check this girl real quick.
Not on the
Hold
line.
on, let me check this girl real quick.
Era,
can you chill? Can you chill for a second? Let me check this girl real quick.
Why?
Look, let me check you real quick.
I be telling Big J that shit. That IBO belt, man. Fuck that IBO belt.
She's trying every angle. This girl is mad about an IBO belt that I won with my title. I'm very proud to have.
You're confusing the public.
No, I'm not. Because
the belts are already confusing. I'm trying to make it very transparent.
You're trying to listen. I
it's
know
not
that you're trying to go with this.
So go take pictures with it on Instagram,
no, it's okay.
but don't bring it. Don't bring it to the fight.
Y'all see how she's hating right now? Y'all see how she's hating right now? Because my belt's over there.
It's just facts. Like, I don't want to confuse people. There's so many belts out there.
No one's confused. Nobody is confused.
Maybe not
Mikaela.
I know you're the one who are confused.
You're upset right now. Look how upset she's getting because my IBO belt is sitting over there. Girl, I'm happy around that belt. And the WBC right next to it.
But it's not
and the WBC right next to it. So you talk about the wrong things. You're talking about the wrong things.
Just know,
let's just be honest.
If the IBO becomes part of the 4-belt era and helps you to go undisputed, we can talk about giving 3% of my purse to them. But for now, they're not.
We're talking about things that don't matter. I'm getting the biggest payday of my life. more money than this woman.
Thanks to me.
And I'm so excited. I accepted this fight. We're here Saturday night. I'm so thankful again to be in this moment. The women that have came before us, women empowerment. This is everything that young girls are looking up to. And I'm excited to see this. Everyone has a different story. Everybody has a different process in how they got here. I told myself I didn't have to win a gold medal or go to the Olympics, that I would be a world champion. And that's exactly what I did. And here I am again, Saturday night, unifying the division and beating Mikaela Mayer. She will forever remember my name. Say my name.
Saturday night.
Say my name.
Todd, if only there was just a little bit more tension between these two.
I mean, listen, I could take this script, and if we could take this back to do with all of our other fights, it would be amazing, because the two of these girls, they just talk well. Ooh. They sometimes talk over each other, but that's a whole different thing. But when they don't talk over each other, they really come across terrific. And I think they're both, they're pros. They want to get Saturday night on. Sorry, Mikaela, I had to say it. They wanted to fight. And I think they're able to communicate really well about, there's bitterness, and it's real. And that's what this sport is. It's real.
And these rivalries, Adam, are what the sport enjoys. It's what it needs. It's what we all live for.
Howard, you're an animal.
We live for in this sport, and there is nothing like boxing. There's nothing like storytelling. There's nothing like rivalries. There's nothing like the elite fighting the elite. Both of these ladies are elite. They have mesmerized us, fascinated us. I just cannot wait to see them get in the ring and find out who is better.
Well, you'll find out.
I interviewed Adam Smith before, I forgot, in New York at the Joshua Miller press conference. Face them off. They're not going to face them off?
Let's get back to Big Mo.
Not going to face them off? Come on, man. All right, well, at least we got Big Mo. They're not going to face them off?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our main event of the evening from the O2 in London. 10 rounds for the undisputed Women's Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, joining Adam and Ben on the couches, please welcome the head of Salida Promotions, Dimitri Salida. And introducing...
not facing off is trash.
Our main event Saturday night from Hartlepool, England, the undefeated knockout artist and the reigning, defending WBO Women's Middleweight Champion of the world.
This is some old Gen Z shit. This is some old millennial shit. No face-offs. What's going on with this trash?
Michigan, USA, the two-time Olympic gold medalist and the undefeated, reigning, defending WBC, WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine Women's Middleweight Champion, Claressa, the GWOAT Shields.
All right, so who gonna lose their cool?
So it is happening, the fight that everyone is literally talking about. Dimitri, I'll come straight to you first. Tell me...
Is this the fight of the weekend? Over Wilder Helenius and Haney Kambosos too? I think so. It's the fight I'm looking forward to the most.
That much as an amateur, as a professional. She envisioned the greatness of women's boxing when she was a kid, growing up in Flint, which is one of the most challenged cities in the United States. As a little girl, she made a choice every day to go to the gym, to stay away from all the negative influences, and to become a two-time Olympic gold medalist. Never before done in the history of the sport. As an amateur, Claressa is 77-1 with more than 10 knockouts. Savannah Marshall also had a good amateur career with 0 knockouts. So, pound for pound, Claressa, in her pro debut, fought Franchon Cruz, who's the unified super middleweight champion of the world. Ever since thereafter, she's fought a very high level of competition. Savannah Marshall also had her journey and had her path to professional title, and to the stage, she has scored 10 knockouts as a professional, and obviously the level of competition has been very different from Claressa's.
By the way, this card is going to be on ESPN Plus, starting at about 2 p.m. Eastern.
I don't know if that's a
here in the States
real number compared to Claressa's, and we're going to see that on Saturday night.
Ben, you'll want to counter that with your fighter?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Claressa Shields, you can't argue with Claressa Shields what she's achieved. She truly is at the moment, the greatest woman of all time. I really do believe that. What she's achieved in the Olympics, what she's achieved professionally. But this fight is a massive fight because at least half of the people in there believe that Savannah Marshall is going to win on Saturday night, and that comes from hard work, that comes from an unbelievable relationship with Peter Fury and Mick Hennessy, who helps me with her, and the way she's developed during the professional game has been nothing short of astonishing. We believe she's now the biggest name in UK female boxing. We believe after Saturday night she's going to be the biggest star in women's boxing, but this is an incredible fight, and for me, if anyone says that they can predict what's going to happen on Saturday night, they are lying. They are completely lying.
It's one of those fights, isn't it? You chop and change all the time on.
Without a doubt. Both fighters believe, without a doubt, they're going to win. Both camps believe, without doubt, they're going to win. But I've spoke to Adam about this. We have no idea.
What's with all these women wearing all this big
Absolutely
denim?
no idea.
These days?
And I was around, 10 years ago. We go back to 2012.
This big denim, that's the new
before the
style.
Olympics in May when they met. The only defeat ever for Claressa through all the amateur fights, all the amazing professional fights and achievements she's had. Savannah Marshall inflicted it. And finally, we find out a decade on. And we all know Savannah's story and how she had to rebuild her confidence. And she went out to America and came back, hooked up with Peter Fury, and it all is going right for her. Last couple of years.
Are people still out here wearing those skinny jeans? I bet Punch Quote and Westside Willie wear skinny jeans.
And she's got to do it in front of everybody on Saturday night. The O2 is going to be packed. The world's going to be watching. Can she do it again as a professional? Or is Claressa Shields really the greatest of all time? She certainly is, as Ben has said, unbelievable performances, superstar qualities. She's transcended boxing. But Savannah Marshall hits extraordinarily hard, and we cannot pick this.
One thing I will say about Savannah Marshall is we have not seen that level of power. She's an incredible boxer, but that level of power before in the sport. And when we talk about women's boxing transcending, going to the mainstream, Savannah Marshall is what we need. Savannah Marshall's selling out arenas. Savannah Marshall is a local superstar. Savannah Marshall is now a national hero.
What
We've
arena
not
she
had
sell
that before
out?
in women's boxing. We've not seen that level of interest. We've not seen a ticket seller like her before in women's boxing. And that's what makes this so special. And timing is everything.
He just making
timing
shit up.
is everything. And this is timing for Savannah. And it's going to be unbelievable on Saturday night. And I believe this fight will break all Sky Sports viewing figures.
Well, I'll come back to you guys in just a second. Let's get the fighters in. Claressa, we saw you 5 weeks ago when the fight was due to take place first hand around. And you seemed pretty confident then, but there's something about you this week. You seem even more confident. Is that the case?
Well, at least
I
you're
think
honest.
when you work hard and you put in extra work with more time and you know that you've done your homework and that you are very prepared, that's what builds confidence. People have fake confidence to where they don't work hard, to where they just show up just to sell the fight. But it's like, I know what I'm capable of and I know what I'm going to do Saturday.
There seems to be an air of instability around Claressa. Could she come up short on Saturday night? Is she going to come up short on Saturday night, Savannah?
100%, yeah. I think she does, yeah. She comes up short. I believe I'm the better boxer than Claressa. I believe I always have been. And I cannot wait. Saturday couldn't come quick enough. We had a 12-week camp, 5-week pushback. And I'm just itching to get in there now.
How was that 5-week pushback for you? Because I think you
worse
said
than
you weren't
camp.
sure
That
how
was
it was
like
going to go, how
blasphemy.
long it was going to feel. But what have you used that time for?
Well, if anything, it's helped ticket sales. It's just one of them things that can't be helped. You've just got to get on with it. And it's just made me more hungrier, really.
Claressa, what sort of game plan are you expecting Savannah and Peter Fury to bring on Saturday?
Of course, we're gonna talk about the punching power, so we're not gonna leave it out there. She's gonna try to come out there and land in big shots. She may want to fight on the inside, she may want to fight on the outside, but she wants to just be able to touch me and land. That's really all I see. But it's a boxing match. I may get hit in there, but if she thinks she's not going to get hit, she's mistaken. If she thinks she's still a better boxer than me from 10 years ago, she's mistaken.
Ooh.
But we're going to let her think whatever she want to think and do whatever she want to do, because I'm going to adapt and do whatever I have to do to win and make the fight easy.
This week, you've been talking about knockouts. We haven't really heard you mention that before. It shows your intent. Savannah, what do you reckon to that?
Yeah, I reckon she can try. She can try knock me out. She can try hurt me. But if you've got it, you've got it. If you haven't, you haven't. It is what it is.
That's not true. You fought against girls 3-25, 11-75, 11 wins, 75 losses, 3-25. You supposed to knock them out. No lie. You supposed to knock those girls out. But when you fighting against 24-0, 10 knockouts, 21-0, 10 knockouts, girls of that caliber, it's very hard to knock them out.
Why is
and
it very
that's
hard to
why
knock
it's
them
going
out?
to be hard for you to knock me out.
Why is it very hard to knock them out?
What do you mean, why is it hard? Because they're
If you land-
competitive.
If you land on someone, you hurt them.
If you land
They're
on a
gonna go
bum,
down.
if you land on a bum,
What? And that
if
means
you
you can't
land
get
on a
knocked
bum,
out. Means 'cause
have
you're
I been knocked
24
out?
How long before the Olympics come up?
Fought against other world champions who had
and if you've
knockouts
landed
like
on
you,
them
and I haven't been
and you
knocked
hurt
out.
them, they go down. If you land on them and you've got
You
a
landing
pillow
on bums,
fist,
girl.
they're not going to go
You
anywhere.
landing on bums.
What? And that means that you can't go down.
I would love to see you do it Saturday.
You couldn't knock Emma Cozen out. You couldn't knock Hannah
you
Rankin
couldn't
out.
You couldn't knock Emma
Well,
Cozen
tell us
out.
why.
You couldn't knock Hannah Rankin out.
Claressa,
Yes.
let's just put it this way.
Stop
You're
it.
12-0 as a pro, and
Yeah.
you haven't learned to finish anyone.
Say it again,
That's
baby.
concerning.
12-0.
Yeah,
About
you
to be
haven't
13-0.
learned. You
About
haven't
to be-
learned
I'm about
to
to
finish
be 13-0.
anyone. Why are you changing the subject?
It's okay. You can say
Well, we're
whatever
not-
you want to
we-
say, but I'm better than you. I've been better than you since I was 17.
Why couldn't you beat me then?
Didn't
Here
I
it
win the
come.
Olympics?
Well,
We're
there you
talking
go.
about that. We're
Yeah,
talking
we
about
are.
me and you.
If we're going to talk about something that happened 10 years ago, we're going to talk
going
about
from,
the Olympics.
we're
where
going
I won
from
2
knocking
months
people
after
out
losing.
to being
So
17
I lost.
to Olympic
Hold on.
Games.
Here we go.
I lost.
Control it.
I lost.
Self-control.
2012.
Steady.
2 months later, won the Olympics. Then, 2014 World Championships. You were there, sweetheart. Gold medal again. 5 days back to back. Walk through them. My bad. 2016 World Championships. We there again, boo. Oh my God. Not Claressa got a gold again. And then the Olympics, oh my God. Was she there? Yes. Watching me be gold medalist again. And you better than me? How? You cannot live off something that happened 10 years ago. And we both been pro 5 years, sis. I'm a 12-time world champ. Oh my God.
Right.
Stop.
Where we at
turn her
now?
back.
Stop.
She turned her
Stop.
back.
Where we at now?
Let's
12-0. You haven't learned how to finish anyone.
I'm going to finish
Jesus.
you.
Wow, that's questionable.
I'm going to
She
finish
turned her
you.
back.
questionable.
I don't
You
like
don't
you
see
that
in front
much.
of you?
Look, you had one hard training camp, this camp, and then you think you ready?
I've always thought I was ready.
Why you ain't signed a contract in 2018 then you
Look
was
at
ready?
this, Claressa.
Look at
at
this. It
this.
does not matter. 2018.
We could have
two
fought
belts. You wanna be a
2018
world
for what?
champ. You
For
want to be a
what?
world champ,
I am
right?
a world champ.
You want to
I
be
am a world champ.
You're a world champ now, but was you a world champ in 2018?
I wasn't a world champ.
19,
Look how we've built it
20,
up. Look how we've built
21.
it up. Use the one brain cell in your head. Look at this.
Right, 5 years
2018,
pro. You want to
been
be a
and
world
gone.
champ so
Got
bad,
paid
but
pennies.
when
No
when
one
somebody
cares.
sends you the offer, but you turn it down.
I did, Jeff.
Five
I don't
years,
like-
no
I don't
world
like
title.
this.
Congratulations.
I don't like how
but
her
I got
poster is
12 of
towering.
them.
12
over
years,
3 divisions.
12-0. I haven't learned to finish
I
anyone.
don't like this.
I finished 2 girls, and you're going to be the
How many?
third. You're going to be the third. Knockouts don't matter. Wins matter. And then you know that. Wins
12-0.
matter.
Hello?
Wins matter.
You're contradicting yourself. What's
Wins
going on?
matter, but you keep talking
You
about
don't know
knockouts.
where you are.
Boxing's
One
not
minute you're in
about
2016.
knockouts.
1 minute you're 17.
Boxing's not about
1 minute
knockouts,
you're
though,
in
girl.
All right, this is
Kazakhstan.
getting a little annoying
I'm
now.
going to beat you whether I knock you out or not. I'm going
Control
to beat you.
it. Self-control.
I'm going to beat you. Look at her trying to be like a school teacher. Warning,
Steady.
self-control. Are you angry?
All right, this is getting a little bit too much to bear. Please, thank you.
Savannah, Clarissa's
Thank you.
saying knockouts
Not
don't
even
matter.
a little bit.
Clarissa's saying that knockouts don't matter. They matter to you.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Of course they do. Mm-hmm. I'd easily have an early night. Other than
Biggest
slugging it
puncher in
out
the
for 10
world.
rounds.
Are you going to knock Claressa out?
I'm going to wreck Claressa. She knows this. I'm going to wreck Claressa.
You going to what?
Hurt you.
I wish I could understand more of what you say, but all right. First, you just said it's going to be the toughest fight of your life. Then it's going to be a knockout. Then you're going to knock me out in 2 minutes.
Once said I was going to knock you out.
What?
I haven't. When have
Oh
I
my
done
God.
said I'm going to knock
And you
Claressa
think you're
Shields out?
lying in front of these people?
What it is?
Somebody sent me the clip where she said she's going to knock me out in less than 2 rounds in 2 minutes.
Wait,
I
get
seen it with my own
Get
eyes.
it up, because we'll be here all
I
night.
seen it with my own eyes. It's after you fought against
what
the
it
African
is,
girl. You
it's
said
playing over and over in your head.
Girl.
Are you going to knock me out? You're going to knock me out.
Because
you keep asking, because it's in the back of your mind.
I want you to stand
you
on
are
what you
petrified
say.
that I'm going to knock you out.
I'm not.
And that's why you
I'm
keep
not.
asking, why you keep
I'm
going
not,
on and
because
on.
I want you to
that's
say it to
why,
my face.
That's why you keep
You
saying,
want to throw rocks
knockouts don't
behind
matter.
your hands.
Knockouts don't
Clarissa's a
matter.
bully.
Well, the matter when you're
Claressa,
laying on
you're
your
a
back
bully.
looking at the light.
How am I bullying you and then you knock out
Yeah.
others? So I'm a bully. How?
Well,
because I stand up
Claressa.
to you and then you get intimidated?
Claressa, you've tried to intimidate at least 50% of the people in this room.
There
It's your
is-
bully mentality.
Everybody like, what?
There is a lot
Yeah.
of needle between you two, undeniably,
He's
a
lying.
lot of needle. There's going to be very high emotion in the O2 Arena. Claressa, you're essentially going into the Lion's Den. Does that bother you at all?
Call me David in the Lion's Den. I'm gonna walk out with her. I'm gonna walk out with her head just like this. I'm not worried about Savannah Marshall. I came over here. I'm a star in America. Don't get it twisted. I didn't have to come over here. I signed soon as Eddie Hearn said he didn't have Savannah Marshall no more. We started talking to boxing. We said, let's make this fight happen. Nobody was ever running from her. Nobody was scared to come over here and fight her. We was like, let's do it, because me and my team know I'm about that. And I'm gonna get busy on Saturday night. And she knows that too. So while you doing all this talking, you better come in there with that smoke. And you better punch as hard as you say you can, because if you ain't got no punching power, oh my God, it's gonna be a hard night for you.
All right,
Very, very
Claressa,
hard.
let's have your final words. Look at Savannah and say what you want to say.
I don't gotta look at her. She a bum. And I'm gonna show everybody on Saturday that it's skills to this. It's levels. I'm not about to play with her. She think I'm still 17. Girl, I'm 27. You about to learn. You about to get schooled. I'm about to Sugar Ray Leonard her.
Savannah?
You haven't Sugar Ray led anyone your full 12 fight career.
Claressa, Savannah?
Please.
What do you want
Sugar
to
Ray
say?
Leonard, he Olympic gold medalist, unlike you.
We're back at the Olympics, 2012
Yeah,
or
'cause we
2016.
talking about the amateur loss.
Oh, we are. Whoa, what's going on
She's
here?
so
Where
mad.
we?
I think we're about the
Control
Olympics.
it.
She's so mad. She'll never
Steady.
get a medal.
Keep
Let's
control.
have your final
You know what?
words. Your final
Control it.
words.
After I beat you, I'm gonna go and put Olympic gold medal on your neck, and then you can have the 2012 one. Go ahead, you want
Oh, I
it
want
so
the
bad.
necklace. I'm after the necklace.
You want
Claressa.
now you
I
want
want the
but it's
necklace.
fake.
Here we are.
She wants the necklace, but it's
Out.
fake.
It's out.
All right. She want to be the GOAT so bad. I'm gonna buy you a necklace after the fight. It's gonna say Silent Assassin. Shut your ass up.
What do you want to say?
gosh.
Final words.
She just cooked her.
There's nothing left to say. I can't wait for Saturday. Let's just get it on.
Yeah. Love you too, boo.
Pretty heated, Dimitri.
Pretty
Savannah
heated.
just
And
got cooked.
It is like Leonard Hearns, if you would. And Claressa is
She
like
just
a
got
Sugar
her
Ray
ass
Leonard.
cooked.
Being an Olympic gold medalist, being an American star. Ben talked about filling out arenas. Claressa has filled out arenas. In my life as a fighter and being a fan of boxing, I've never seen an American star in the peak of their career willing to travel across the pond to fight their rival in their country. And that is what Claressa is doing, and that is why she's the GOAT. That's why she has done what she has done, because that's what she is. She's a
We're
fighter.
definitely going to run that back.
The fight is being broadcast on Sky, which we're very grateful for, and on ESPN in the United States is a sentiment of how big this fight is.
It's such a hard fight to call, Adam. What do you think it's going to come down to?
It's such a
So
hard
she's going to
fight.
get her a chain that say Silent Assassin so you can shut your ass up.
Everybody's worked together
Damn.
to get this on. This whole show. I mean, we've got obviously Matchroom with Frank Smith here with Alycia Baumgardner.
The weigh-in's going to be this time tomorrow. A little bit earlier, actually.
Boxer. And to have Dimitri over, obviously we covered a lot of Dimitri's career. He was a really good fighter. And it's great to be working together now again and to have the opportunity to bring Claressa over. You know, we've got to know her over the last few months when she came to Cardiff, when she came to Newcastle. You know, she stopped traffic in Cardiff. She's magnetic. She's a wonderful personality as well as a fighter. You know, we know Savannah. We've been with Savannah for a long, long time, and I just think this is fantastic that the best are fighting the best. I've said to Ben already, I want a rematch, even a trilogy. And Claressa will laugh and say she'll make it easy. Savannah will say she'll knock her out. But I think this is going to be a really, really good fight. Remember, they've only got 10 rounds. It's 2-minute rounds, not 3 minutes. It's 20 minutes. It's short. It's sweet. Enjoy it because it's going to be top level stuff. And I just hope it's as good as this whole promotion and that we can do it again.
It is a fantastic card from top to bottom. Let's just open up the questions to the floor.
Oh, we got question
I
time
believe
now?
We have some that you'd like to ask our
Oh, this
fighters.
is bonus.
Where are you?
Melissa Zad here for Into Boxing. I've got two questions for both boxers. Starting with Claressa, What does the profile of this event mean for women's sport and more specifically for women's boxing?
It means a lot. You know, right now women's boxing is booming here in the UK, and they're giving us the equality, like with the good pay, the great venue, the great exposure. I've gained at least 200,000 followers on Instagram and all over my social networks, and it's just making women's boxing better. But it's showing that when you make the best fights and you got, you know, people from the opposite sides of the world who are world champs who got a little spice in there, that, you know, you can have great in women's boxing.
And Savannah?
Yeah, I think this fight is absolutely massive for me. It is the biggest fight out there in female boxing, and I do believe, because it's the UK versus America, the clash in personalities, I think it's all added to it, and I'm just grateful to be a part of it.
I've got another question. Claressa, what does it mean for you to be inspiring the next generation of female boxers?
I think a representation is everything. Like, I may have not had role models to look up to when I was in the amateurs, but my dad told me that Muhammad Ali had a whole lot of kids, but only his daughter took after him, Layla. So when my dad said that, it just kind of registers to me. It was like, oh, okay. If Layla took after her dad, I want to take after my dad. That's why I started boxing. I didn't start boxing for me at first. It would just make my dad happy to live, so he can live some of his life through me, because he had been to prison a couple times, and when he got out, he probably still could have boxed, but he was like 45, you know, and he was still in good shape. But when he told me that he loved boxing and that, you know, that's what he wanted to do with his life, and he would have never went to prison if he would have boxed, I just kind of thought he was telling me, you know, I want you to box, you know, to make me happy. And I guess so I signed up. And from there, I think that now other girls see me and they want to be like me, whether they want to be loud or quiet. I'm always telling all the girls, like, be you, you know, but just don't let nobody change you, and go in there and fight your best, you know, every fight. And that's just what I think I represent.
Thank you. And Savannah, what does it mean to you?
It means everything. I was once that girl looking up to the likes of Nicola Adams, Tasha Jonas, and now they're commentating on Saturday night. So it's come full circle, and I know that there'll be young girls, even young boys, sat there in the arena watching, and hopefully they'll be inspired to take up the sport, and that's something that I'm really proud of.
Tom Ward from Give Me Sport here. I've got a couple of questions for Ben. You mentioned that you expect this to break Sky Sports records. Obviously, you've had some big fights under the Boxer banner already, like, you know, Khan Brook, Eubank Williams. Can you just elaborate on that?
I think why I say we broke records with the Eubank Williams fight. This fight's going to be available to everyone. It's on Sky Showcase, it's on Sky Main Event, it's on Sky Action. We've never had a rivalry like this. This is iconic. When they turned over, they didn't believe, they had a dream to box, but they never had to dream to be superstars, because it just wasn't possible. Now it is possible. They're paved the way, and the interest in this fight and what we've seen over the past week, the numbers, the way this is tracking, both fights, the whole card, we've never seen anything like it, and it's bound to break records. And to do it with a women's fight, that's a special moment for the sport. And with everything that's been going on, this is a groundbreaking moment for everyone involved, and testament to the past 5-10 years of investment into this sport is culminating on Saturday, and the interest is another level.
Sorry, if I can add to what you're saying, Ben, and it's fantastic that we have this rivalry, and I have a lot of respect for Savannah Marshall and for what she has accomplished. But just for objectivity and for the truth, Claressa has been the first female athlete to do things that I've never done before, and she is the driving force of this fight. Even though she's from the United States, she's the first woman to win 2 Olympic gold medals. She's the first woman in the United States to headline on premium cable network television, which was in her second professional fight on Showtime. And she is the first woman to have several rivalries. The biggest women's fight of all time prior to this was with Christina Hammer, former world champion. And Claressa just went to a different level on that night, and was like the Matrix. It was truly incredible. And this is another rivalry, and we are grateful for the rivalry and grateful for the support of boxer.
I think Savannah's a massive driving force in this, which is why it's in the UK. And it's why it's in the home of women's boxing, which is London. This could have been anywhere in the world, but it's here because we have a superstar that could come to the O2 300 miles from her hometown and have 15,000, 20,000 people wanting to buy tickets, and that's because of Savannah Marshall.
Savannah Marshall is definitely a big part of this. Adam Smith is a big part of this, who's a big boxing guy and who loves the sport of boxing and who foresaw to give us this platform for women's boxing and for Claressa, and
it's the
to work
rivalry.
with you, and the fact that all these promoters came together. Another guy that I want to give a shout out to is Marshall Kaufman, who is the promoter of Baumgardner, sorry. And he worked very hard for her to get here. So we're very grateful for us to come together and to do this, and it's going to be a great night.
Harry Davies from the Mirror here. Just a question for Savannah. I see when Claressa's even kind of trash talking you, you're almost smiling and laughing a bit. Do you think in a different world you two could maybe be friends?
I'd like to think we could be. Should we grab a coffee after?
Same question to you, Claressa. Maybe not, or?
The thing is, this is the thing. In order to get respect, you have to get respect. In order for someone to be kind to you, you have to be kind to them. This is what I learned in my anger management class when I was a kid, okay? So, the fact that she's been mean to me, I've been mean to her, right? So after the fight, if she continues to be mean to me,
mean.
I'll be mean to her.
I've been mean.
If you fight that way against May, I'm gonna.
When was I mean?
It does not matter when it was. See, that's the thing. You like it happened yesterday. It don't matter. I don't care if it was a year ago. You did it. You said it. It matters. It matters.
What are you going on
you
about?
Did it. You did it, and
You're
you
doing
said
that
it, and it
thing where
matters.
someone asked you a question and 15 minutes
and then I'm
later,
answering
you're still
it,
waffling on.
And then here you come. And
What?
then I answer.
What are you going on
I'm
about,
answering the
Claressa?
question, and then here you come. He wasn't
He's
talking
asked
to
you,
you.
will we be friends? Yes, no,
and
do.
I'm about to get to it, but
We
then
don't
here
have
you
to know
is
what happened
talking.
in 2014.
Listen, you want to be friends after the fight?
If you want to be mates, yeah, we could be best pals.
If you
could
can
be the new
nice,
Claressa and Hannah Rankin.
If you can be nice,
Be the new
Hannah
Claressa and
Rankin is
Hannah
just such a better person than you. Doesn't make sense. Don't even talk about. That's my best friend.
Talk about my friend.
Yeah, that's my best friend for sure. You can be best friends with April. That's your best friend.
See what you started now? Now you ask that. On the subject of April, I've got a question for Claressa. So, Claressa, you haven't been knocked out, but you have been on the canvas. So, do you not think your chin is just a little bit questionable?
What'd you ask me, April?
About your chin and being questionable. You have been on the floor. You got dropped by Anna Gabriels. Savannah punches a lot harder.
I'm so happy you watch my fights, April, because you should and you need to watch more. But
is April someone's lover too?
It was a flash knockdown. It was my first time going to 160. I had a hard time making 160 coming to 68. I didn't take my diet serious and I got dropped. But guess what? I still won that fight unanimously, you guys, after being dropped the first round. Congrats to the champ. Congrats.
Wasn't the fact
Congrats
that
to the
Hannah
champ.
caught you with a good shot.
And
it
I
was
haven't
the
been
fact
dropped
that you
since.
struggled at 160. It was the fact that it was a flash knockdown.
But Hannah Gabriel is at heavyweight right now.
Why don't you just say she caught you
Hannah
with a
Gabriel
good
is
shot?
at that heavyweight right now. So that shows you that even though she was fighting at 54, she's a bigger girl and she's a bigger puncher. What are you talking about?
You're a natural
Watch women
welterweight.
boxing.
You shouldn't even be at middleweight. You should be at super welterweight. Savannah's too big for you, too strong for you, and she's going to knock you out on Saturday night.
April, let me go ahead and tell you something, baby girl. You have no belts. You have no titles. And you already got your ass whooped. You already got your ass whooped already in your professional career. So what you need to do is focus on yourself and know that this beef is between her and I. You should just shut your little mouth and focus on beating the girl that beat you.
Here we go again.
And fight your way to a world title, because guess what? In 4 fights, I was world champ.
Dimitri,
in
hold
4
on.
fights, I was world champ. 4 fights.
Just
So
being
when you
beaten the
when you
MMA,
can do what I
though.
do,
You're talking about
till you can
losing.
do what I do,
You've got a
shut
short
up,
memory.
April. Till you can do what I do, shut up.
I can't get a word in edgeways.
I don't even know what you just said, but okay. That's what I'm saying.
I think, ladies, we're going to leave it there.
I think
for
Savannah Marshall's gonna knock you out. Like, girl,
Ben,
cool it
final
down and take
words.
some estrogen.
Final words from you, Ben. I mean, that has just set everything up rather nicely.
Did she
isn't
just
it?
fucking say that?
I mean, respect to both fighters.
Indeed.
They are both trailblazers. They both achieved so much. What Claressa has done in the sport is truly remarkable. The fact that Savannah Marshall can be up here and this be considered a 50-50 fight is testament to her as well. We've got an incredible fight on our hands. I want to thank everyone involved. I cannot believe we're 2 days away from this. It's going to be a special, special night, and I think it'll be a rivalry that the sport remembers forever.
Absolutely. Thank you, chaps, for your time. Thank you, ladies. We're going to take a minute and pause for the head-to-heads. It is a night you don't want to miss on Saturday night at the O2 Arena. Make sure you join us tomorrow for the final face-off and the weigh-in. Thank you very much.
She just told that girl to take some estrogen. Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, our main event Saturday night live at the O2 Arena on Sky Sports and ESPN Plus. Savannah Marshall and Claressa Shields, both undefeated, both world champions. One will walk away with all of the belts Saturday night.
Big Ben Shalom.
Evening will also be for the inaugural WBC Elizabethan belt. Very few tickets remaining.
So listen, I got Savannah. But Claressa, though, does have the better resume. She started off a career where friend Sean Cruz deserved, for crying out loud. What was that on the undercard? Was that on the undercard of Ward versus Kovalev 1? I don't remember. But also, look at that height difference. Savannah Marshall was listed at 5'11". Claressa Shields met her in person. She's about 5'7". She's listed at 5'8", I believe. But that's Savannah Marshall. She may not have the resume because she is extremely hard to match. And to find fighters forwards, especially since I feel she's a natural 168-pounder. This fight is taking place for Undisputed at 160. Remember, you got girls like Terry Harper right now and Natasha Jonas competing at 154. So that goes to show you the gap of talent and weight. And this fight is taking place at 160. And both of these girls can comfortably compete at 168 pounds. Or reign at 100. These between 154, 160, and 168, these are the two fighters. These are the two. None of them beats these two right here. Period. So, they are two fighters that need each other. But yeah, we're going to be here tomorrow for the weigh-in. Here it says on ESPN Plus that the fight's going to be the card's going to be starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus here in the States. Oh, I thought they were going to do an interview or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event live.
Oh, they finally brought them back out. Okay, there you go.
Sports and ESPN Plus, 10 rounds for the unified World Super Featherweight Championship.
Alycia just looks like she hits hard as shit, right? But she just looks strong as fuck. Like a WWE superstar. Ooh. Call her names. I don't like those tense shoulders of Mayer.
Alycia Baumgardner, the IBO
Mayor looks like she's just over it. And Alycia looks like she's just trolling. No, stop being immature, Mr. Grandy. Grow up. But yeah, we're going to be streaming during this and the main event of Shields versus Marshall. So we're going to be streaming 2 main events back to back. I mean, 2 fights back to back. Mayor's outfit reminds me of like a 80s, like white girl, but she knows like kung fu type deal going on. And somebody like killed her best friend who probably was her boyfriend, and she's got to go like take down the local small town triads. And Baumgardner, she just looks like, you know, like a WWE superstar. Like she can do a mean ass suplex. Ooh, she's walking up on her. Oh, they brought them back out? Oh, they bringing everybody out. Now, is it true though? Somebody said that those 2 right there, that they're you know, like lovers. Because I was wondering why they kept giving them like exclusive like content and treatment. I'm thinking like, all right, they sisters, but then I was like, their last names are different. So they got to fix that picture. This picture is shitty. This picture's all, the layout's all shitty. They got to fix that. Where's Caroline Dubois going to fit in? And she's still talking shit, Alycia.
Championships, gold medals.
That's what you call it. You call it partners.
You're not going to want to miss this event Saturday night at the O2 in London.
Yeah, that's like, they be like, yeah, they're partners. So is that like a thing? Like a first thing, like 2, like, you know, like a girlfriend fighting on a boxing event? That's like a thing, right? That's, you know, isn't it like a first? You know, like, you know? Those 2-minute rounds kill me, though. I cannot stand no 2-minute rounds. Especially when women in boxing want like bigger paydays. But they be like, no, then pay me more. And it's like, I get that, but how do you equate that, you know? See, I wasn't the one that was the only one that said they were lovers. You know, it's 2022. You guys got to be more tolerable. And you can't do that shit. You can get your ass canceled. You don't want to be doing that shit, man. You know. But yeah. Anyway, listen, we're going to be back at 3:30 p.m. for the Wilder Helenius press conference. I want to see Caleb Plant talk some more shit to Anthony Dirrell. See, here's the thing. I need this weekend, though. I am going to be, let me tell you what my schedule is going to be like. We're going to be streaming 3 times today. Well, 2 more times, 2 more press conferences. Later on tonight, we have the Wilder Helenius press conference later on. Then later on tonight, we have the Haney Kimbosos 2 press conference. Big J is going to be at that. Then tomorrow, same schedule. We're going to be streaming 3 weigh-ins, the Shields versus Marshall weigh-in, which will be starting about an hour and a half before now. Then we're going to do the Wilder Helenius weigh-in. Then we're going to do the Haney Kimbosos weigh-in. And I'm going to be uploading content throughout the day. Then on Saturday, I'm going to start the day with Liam Pavro versus Brock Jarvis card, Australian boxing. You know, then this card right here, Shields Marshall, where we're going to be streaming during both Mikaela Mayer and Alycia Baumgardner and Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall. So we're going to be streaming 2 live fight commentaries. This is going to be the longest live fight commentary stream I've ever done. And then later on in the night, we're going to be streaming during the Wilder versus Helenius card and the Haney versus Kambosos 2 card. And then I'm going to be working into Sunday. So it's going to be a long ass day on Saturday, man. So I haven't been around getting basically, my house remodeled. Living room, dining room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. So I had to coordinate a whole bunch of shit. Then I got 2 big trials coming up. It's just been a nightmare. So I've been busy. Also, I'm rebranding things. As I was talking about earlier, is I'm still going to always cover boxing. But I've paid my dues. 2020, 2023, like we're moving on to different things. For example, I want to play some video games on the channel. I want to play some UFC or some Fight Night Champion again. Like be my own brand, like, cover different things. But boxing just pisses me off so much. Like, I don't get a lot of joy. I got joy this weekend. I'm happy for these fights. But when I hear about all the boxing politics and all the bullshit, then I got to talk about, we're never going to see that fight. Or maybe 5 years before we see it. For example, here's just a perfect scenario. When do you ever think we would see Devin Haney versus Tank Davis? I don't see it anytime in the future in 1 year or 2 years. That's the sport that we're in. Where you can't see fighters fighting each other. It's like, shit taking all long. Spence, was he gonna be 34 soon? Crawford's gonna be 36. I still want to see the fight, but it's like, what? I'm tired. Wilder's fighting sparring partners on pay-per-views. Like you got fucking 54-year-old Luis Ortiz running around. Tyson Fury wanting to fight Derek Chisora again. Eddie Hearn trying to push through with events even though fighters are failing drug tests. It's a nasty, nasty, perverse business. But I'm still going to cover boxing. But I'm not a masochist. I'm not going to be jumping all on every little breaking news and all that. I'm not going to, no way. No way. But that is true. Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis. I want to see that. So I don't want y'all to think that I'm quitting boxing. I'm just like rebranding, things a little bit, You see what I'm saying? And UFC, I love UFC. But, they got some things going on, too, over there. Don't get it twisted. Like, they can't move pay-per-views to save their lives, But anyway, let me get up out of here, guys. We will be back in 3-4 hours or so, about 5 hours or so for the Wilder versus Helenius press conference. And we're going to be streaming during that main event as well. So it's going to be 2 more streams today. Thanks for watching. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight